Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collarwood for YouTube back with the Dark Shadows video for you guys and gals. Here to review episode 124. So this episode starts off this episode was written by Malcolm Armstein and directed by Lila Swift. So this episode starts off in the old house, and David is going towards the bookshelf. It's sort of a rehash of, is it quite a rehash? A bit, but the difference is Alexander is actually in this episode. So David opens the bookshelf, and there is Miss Victoria Winters um, sitting there tied to a chair because that's where Matthew left her behind the bookshelf. David pulls the gag down. He goes, I knew somebody was behind this thing. I knew it. I knew it all along. And Victoria says, David, you got to untie me and get me out of here. Matthew will kill us both if he catches you here. And there's the shock, the music hits. And when we come back, we see David try say, David does want to untie her, but he goes, if as he does untie her, he's like, we got to call the sheriff. He goes, oh, no, he stops untying her. He goes, you can't call the sheriff. What Matthew did was wrong. Well, just let it, forget about it. Because if you call the sheriff, I'll be an accomplice. No, David, you won't be an accomplice. And there's this loud banging sound, and it's a shutter, window shutter, hitting the outside. So David tells Vicky he's going to go, and he does. He does not untie her. He leaves the gag down, and he closes the bookshelf, and he hightails it the hell out of the old house. As quickly as he came in there and found Victoria Winters, he leaves. You gotta love it, right? So we're in the restaurant where Maggie Evans is working, and Maggie Evans is here again, and she's talking to Laura Collins. And if you want the proof that this person is not the real Laura Collins, here's your episode right here, folks. And you might say, what do I mean by that? Well, it's real simple. You're not going to forget the name Burke Devlin. You're not going to forget that you sent an innocent man to prison. That you that you would know all about this, right? That Roger and you helped send this man to prison. Her change her, because remember, Burke wants her to change her testimony. Okay, and as she's having a conversation with Maggie Evans, and they're talking about the manslaughter charge, Laura is seeking information about it like she doesn't know about it, like has forgotten all about it. You might say, well, this is just time. No, no, no. Not only has she conveniently forgot about it, she conveniently forgot she helped send a man named Burt Devlin to prison, because when Maggie says an innocent man went to prison, Laura says who. Now, if that's not your evidence that is not Laura Collins, and this is someone else who looks like Laura, sounds like Laura, but in fact is only Laura in name and memory only, or Laura in name only. And remember, there you go. And so Burke Devlin, Maggie says, Burke Devlin, do you know him? Oh, yes. So she just says, I knew Burke Devlin, but Maggie does not call her on the manslaughter thing at all. In fact, later on in this episode, and I'm going to jump ahead a bit, and I'll come back. When Sam Evans comes in, uh, Maggie is questioning her father about, if he's painted. He's actually got a hangover. He's from being drunk. That's why he's got a headache. He doesn't want to eat anything. By the way, Laura does not want to eat anything either. The difference is she's a phoenix. That's why she doesn't want to eat anything. He's just intolerant. He's just got a hangover. So Sam Evans and her are talking. She goes, maybe if we move to a different place, a different climate, about maybe Phoenix, Arizona. He goes, what do you know about Phoenix, Arizona? And well, that woman came from there, and she used to live around here. So Laura also says she was at Phoenix near the end. Um, she's been in many different places. Uh, Sam turns to see this beautiful blonde woman who he seems to recognize but doesn't know her name. Now, Sam would know Collins by sight, but again, he only sees the back of her. He says, "What's her name?" I don't know her name. Again, this is you have you had two people who never found out this woman's name and were still on the same day, and Sam wants to know her name. Now, he doesn't say who she is either when he leaves, and he does leave because Maggie says, "Where are you going?" Um, I got something on my mind. Yeah, it's about 110 proof. It's in the bottle, right? So David said I jumped ahead of it. So David is going through the woods and he runs into Matthew. And Matthew 20 questions him about, where David, you went ahead of me. Why are you coming from that direction? Oh, I got lost. He makes excuse. He ran into a deputy and one of the sheriff's deputies, and he got turned around after Matthew does not believe him. He's grabbed him by the arm. Great job by Thayer David and David Hennessy acting this out. Beautiful job. Um, David pulls away. He realizes Matthew is a danger now and is a threat. Um, as he gets away from Matthew and runs back to the great house. Matthew makes a beeline for the old house, opens up the bookshelf, and grills Victoria Winter. That boy, he found it, didn't he? He was in here. That's why your guy said, no, no, he found it, didn't he? No, no. So you have the best case of denial when Matthew is again very paranoid and very suspicious, and he's right, but again, you, this episode concludes with with David at the old house, father, um, looking for his dad, and what an episode this is. I think it's an episode that tells you a lot about Laura, but you really have to go back and pay attention to what she's saying. Um, Again, to me, this is the episode that proves Laura Collins is not who she claims to be. And she also says about when they're talking about Phoenix, she says that Phoenix got the name from the myth of the Phoenix, that it builds a funeral parlor, and it burns itself up, and it rises from its ashes to live for another 500 years. Now they're going to play with that. So there you go. Um, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Have a good one.